I have been playing video games nearly my entire life. Ever since I was able to comprehend how to hold a handheld console and notice that pressing certain buttons caused certain things to happen on the screen. So somewhere around the age of 3 or 4. Till this day, I don't know which game I play first. It's between Rampage or Mario Kart Super Circuit. But I loved both games. They were my introduction to video games, and that's why they hold a special place in my heart. However, only one of those has had a truly large impact on me, and as the title suggests, that game was Mario Kart Super Circuit. A dark blue Game Boy Advance SP originally owned by my older sister. It was through that system that I first discovered the colorful world of Mario, and instead of finding it through one of the main titles like the Super Mario Bros. Series, which I also played early on in my childhood, I discovered it through one of the spin-off titles, Mario Kart Super Circuit. The third game in the series and the first to be playable on the go, total of 8 characters and 40 tracks, the highest amount of tracks until the release of Mario Kart 8, 13 years later. This 13-bit world, it captivated my young mind and I fell in love with it. Granted, I never played it correctly and I was never good at it either. Probably went backwards on the track more times than the amount of times girls use horoscopes to define their personality. And I don't think I ever got a single first place. Regardless of how terrible I played the game, I still had my fun, and it shows because it's one of the reasons Mario Kart is one of my favorite game series till this day. The music has also helped implement this game into my brain for an eternity. Although I never paid any attention to music as a kid, in fact I hated music as a kid, covering my ears whenever I heard sounds being played to a rhythm. The music of Super Circuit is dear to my heart. I'll be honest, nothing in particular besides 3 songs stick out to me, but I always get a good case of nostalgia boner whenever I do recognize one of the songs. And in the right mood, the 3 songs that I always recognize can cause me to feel a sad nostalgic emotion, a reminder of a happy childhood I once had. The smell of cardboard pizza and kids who haven't showered in a week is a distinctive smell that can only be found in the ancient palace known as Chuck E. Cheese. This was a place that my parents would often take my siblings and I to. Now we all had our favorite games, but there was no game that could compete with the game Mario Kart Arcade GP2. A Mario Kart that was made by Namco, a spin-off game in a series of games that are already spin-offs of other games. A game my older sister and I would compete in at any time we went to Chuck E. Cheese, and my character of choice wasn't a Mario character, it was Pac-Man. The game kinda sucks in terms of Mario Kart. Pretty much no skill was involved due to the fact that almost every item was a red shell. Pretty sure there's some strategy behind being able to stay in first, but as far as I can remember, you just better hope that the technically not red shells don't screw you over right before you get to the finish line. Honestly, my favorite memory of this game is just being able to have fun competition with my sister, but this game did teach me one thing. It taught me where the accelerator and the brake on a vehicle are before I was even able to drive. In the debate of which Mario Kart is the best, Mario Kart Wii almost always appears as one of the top choices. Part of this is due to the higher level techniques that one can pull off, although a lot of these techniques were unintentional on Nintendo's part. Now, I never actually owned this Mario Kart. I owned a Wii, but I didn't own the game. I did get to play it, though, thanks to my cousin. During those times, my cousin would often spend a few weeks at my family's house, and one time she decided to bring Mario Kart Wii. Years had passed since the Super Circuit days, and I took video games a little more seriously now. While before I only played for fun, I now played for fun and to win. Mario Kart Wii had a lot of things to collect. Characters and vehicles can be unlocked if you met certain requirements through different parts of the game, and I was determined to unlock as many as I could before I could no longer play the game. I found the ways to get all the characters, and I started trying. By the time my cousin had to go, I didn't achieve getting every unlockable, but I did get a lot, and it felt nice. It felt like I had actually accomplished something. This Mario Kart in specific was what jump-started my desire to 100% complete every game I had to the best of my ability. Along with this, Mario Kart Wii also allowed for my first time playing against fair competition, since the game is a casual game that almost anyone could pick up. You see, I had another cousin who would like to play video games whenever he came over. We would play on the PlayStation 2 my family had in the garage. The games where we would face off against each other were some Dragon Ball game and Shadow the Hedgehog. Both had some versus mode, and while it wasn't impossible for me to win, it was some of the most difficult tasks for me. This is why the casual and more fair competition I experienced from Mario Kart Wii was something else. Whenever I wasn't playing, I wanted to play. At times, I would unconsciously hold an imaginary Wii remote and turn it whenever the person on the screen I was watching got close to a turn. almost like an addiction. This game didn't necessarily give me any fond gaming memories, but when I look back at it, it definitely feels like a change in the way I want to play video games and maybe even viewed life. The year was 2011. Christmas was coming soon and the 3DS had been released early in the year. However, I paid no attention to it until I began seeing commercials on TV advertising a new Mario Kart that would only be available on the 3DS. At that time, the handheld console became something I wanted to have. To my surprise, my parents actually got me the system for Christmas, and with it came Mario Kart 7. The moment that title screen came up, pure bliss emitted from my body. I began playing the game and I started off terribly, but the more and more I began to play, the better I got. This is one of the first games where I felt that I was actually improving the more I played. It was the main reason that I would often quit playing other games. If a game became too difficult, rather than improving, I would just stop. There's something about Mario Kart 7 that prevented me from doing this. I learned how to drift, how to perform stunts off of jumps. I learned that the best form of defense was to hold an item behind you. For the first time in my Mario Kart history, I learned to stop driving to avoid the blue shell. I learned all these things myself and it was one of the best feelings. I completed the Grand Prix numerous times, unlocked every character and got to the point where I could truly say that I was good at Mario Kart. I wasn't at a professional level. Being so young, I felt like I was at a god level, where the only people who could beat me were people with names like and the Ghost in Time Trials. But along with this, Mario Kart 7's super jazzy music made me care for the music of video games for the first time in my life. Probably the reason that jazz is one of my favorite music genres today. 7's music also gives me a bittersweet emotion, but that was to be expected. In short, very much like Mario Kart 7 experimented with lots of firsts for this series, 7 took a lot of my firsts in gaming, and I couldn't be more glad that the game that took those firsts was Mario Kart 7. Oh, and of course 7 is such a good game in my eyes because of that Rainbow Road track. Like, holy shit, that one is amazing. Okay. So apparently emulators are illegal. In that case, I never owned an emulator that allowed me to play over 100 DS titles. Nope, never had any of the sorts. Alright, but to be fair, I didn't know it was an emulator. See, the story here is my friend bought an emulator for the 3DS from some guy his family knew, and he showed it off to me, and I thought it was pretty cool. Then he brought one for me, and I mean, how can I say no? Over 100 DS titles? Anyways, I got to play Mario Kart DS here. I don't have any fond memories of this game other than the fact that I thought it was cool. There's a figure 8 circuit and you could just kind of bump into other players going the opposite way, and there was a mission mode. Oh, and Rob was a pretty cool character. Look, the game was fun, but you can't expect little old me to go from 7, which included driving underwater, soaring through the skies in a sick rainbow road, to DS, which its whole color scheme was chrome. It was just much more boring. Still a good game though. The whole time that I was playing video games, every console and game was bought by my parents. And now being in high school, I decided that I would finally buy something for myself. With the new Super Smash Bros. Game coming out on the Nintendo Switch, I decided that I wanted that to be the thing I bought. I mean, if I wanted to play the new Smash, I would have to buy a new console, and there'd be no way my parents would buy me that console. So if I really wanted to play it, buying the Switch was the only way. Anyone who owns a Nintendo Switch knows just how much a game costs. It's really one of the most infuriating things that pretty much discourages me from wanting to buy any new ones. So imagine my shock when I went into a Target one day, saw that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was $10 off. The fact that this was a discount on a Switch game, and to make it more special, an original Nintendo game, meant that this was an offer I had to take up, and so I did. After asking my dad for an extra $10 because I only had $40 on me at the time. The last time I had played a Mario Kart was 6th grade. A little over 5 years now since I had last played one of my favorite video game series, so excitement and anticipation definitely filled my body. The beautiful box art didn't help me feel any less excited. Once I got home, I popped it into the Switch, and even though I had never played Mario Kart 8 before, the title screen reminded me of my years of playing Mario Kart. I had matured and grown up so much since I had last played one of the games. The situation felt surreal, but so familiar at the same time. I entered my first race, and upon hearing the sound of the countdown, memories rushed into my mind. I'll admit, The settings weren't at the most difficult level, but driving around I felt like I was doing so good. Like nothing could stop me. I felt free. I got first place. It was at that moment that I was able to truly say that Mario Kart was one of my favorite video game series. Before I would only say it because I remembered enjoying it a lot as a kid. But this game and moment helped me realize that I wasn't just saying that because I enjoyed it when I was younger, but because it was a part of my life that has allowed me to feel happy. To feel like even in the toughest situation, anyone can make a comeback and the mistakes can lead to you learning something new. You are like no other. I would hate to see you suffer. You are always there to help me recover from the sorrowful moments in my life. It may be true that you can put others in a strife, causing anger and frustration among people who were once considered friends. But to me, that's what makes you so great. While it may be true that I am straight, it is also true that you cannot mate. So it evens out. Mario Kart, you belong in my heart. I not only see you as art, but as a part of who I am. You are the one I want to notice me, because without you, I would be living a life where I eat glue.
So this should just go in. And it automatically turns off. So it has an auto mode, an off,